My next guest left the Democratic Party, went independent, and said, I'm going to go move on to do something else after being governor of the state of West Virginia and then moving on as senator. Senator Joe Manchin, I couldn't wait to talk to you when I saw the results because you've been saying this all along. Were they right? Was this about racism and sexism? Is that why Kamala Harris lost?
Absolutely not, Brian. This is about basically the Democratic Party, the party that I was born and raised in, being fiscally responsible and socially compassionate, and always there to help the working person who had a job and wanted to keep that job, wanted to have a safe working condition, wanted to make it had good pay with benefits, they could take care of their family and have a quality life. They forgot them, and what the party over the years has just moved from there, spending more time and effort on helping those who are able-bodied but won't work or don't work. That's what happened. Right. So they're saying, wait a minute, the people that aren't incapable of working but won't work or don't work, you're more concerned about them than you are about those of us who are paying the freight. We're out there working every day. And I said, you can never leave your base. Your base is the people that are working. That's why we call them, we're from workers. Well, everybody's for workers. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're for workers, make sure that the people who aren't working have better opportunities or better benefits than they have.
Senator, one thing
that's what happened, Brian, in a nutshell.
And Senator, there's a lot of people making different excuses, but I remember you along the way. You said that Joe Biden I know is centrist. The people he surrounded him with and the policies that were put out there were not centrist. You said that from day one, and you were considered the bad guy.
I was the bad guy, that's for sure. They didn't want to hear the truth. I said, listen, I told President Biden, I've known him for a long time. I like him. He's a good person. We've gotten along fine. What the Democratic Party is trying to do to Joe Biden now is absolutely ludicrous. Why would you treat anybody, the person that gave it 50 years of their service, whether you liked it or not, whether you agreed or not, but my goodness, just be decent. Be respectful and decent. He tried, okay? A lot of things I didn't agree with him, but I didn't have a problem speaking truth to power as long as you do it in a respectful way. I just disagreed on things. I said, Mr. President, you're being pushed too far left. That's not who you've been. You didn't govern that way when you were here. You didn't go clear far left. When you were on the stage running for election in the primary against all the other Democrats, you were the only one that says, listen, I know how the place works. I can bring people together. Then you came in throwing nuclear bombs because they convinced you had to do everything by yourself. Don't worry about the Republicans. Well, my golly, we need Republicans and we need Democrats that will work together. And if the leader doesn't do that, and I'm praying to God, I want to thank and congratulate President Trump for a great victory. I want him to look back and learn from the mistakes that other people have made, and some he's probably made and wants to correct those. But the bottom line is you're going to need some Democrats working with you, Mr. President Trump. And there's Democrats that want to work with you. Give them a chance before everyone tells you they don't want you. Make them prove they don't want to work with you before you throw them under the bus, I guess.
You weren't a fan of Harris's campaign. In 107 days, I couldn't see how she defined herself. Could you? Do you think she was a good candidate?
Well, Kamala Harris, all she had to do was just say, listen, I'm number two. I was number two. I didn't make these decisions. But now if she'd agreed with him and she didn't basically say that there was a mistake, I'd have done this different, that done different. My goodness, agree that leaving Afghanistan was a disaster. It made us look weak around the world. Leaving the borders porous. Having the ability to get asylum at the border without being any checks, that's wrong. And you got to admit you made mistakes and then fix them. My goodness, a politician's afraid to say, I'm sorry, I messed this one up. I'm going to fix it.
Senator,
okay? They can't do that. And she didn't believe in the energy. We forced them. We're producing more energy today, more gas, more oil than we ever have before. And we're investing in new, cleaner technology. They went with the green, with the EVs, electric vehicles, just what you said when you opened your dialogue up. You're exactly correct. They want to push out EVs. I said, are you crazy? There's nobody in West Virginia wants to buy an EV. I said, usually the market will basically come and buy what they want, not what you want them to have. That's the problem you all have. You cannot force on me to spend my money that I work for on things I don't want. And then you got to basically, you're going to outlaw it. I said, none of this makes sense at all. And that's what we've been fighting. And that's a disagreement we've had. I've been up front with them. I have told them I couldn't take it no more. I says, I cannot stay in this party and have identification being a Democrat. I am not a Washington Democrat. Never have been. And the Democrats I have known are gone.
Senator, would you join a Trump administration if he asked you?
Here's the thing. I've said this, and I mean this with all my heart, Brian. I want my president. I want my president. And guess what? Donald Trump is my president now. I want him to succeed. I will do anything and everything I can to help him and assist him. I will help anybody he wants in his transition team. I understand the energy policies. I understand what they've done wrong with the Biden administration that needs to be fixed, the rules they put in place. I don't have any desire to be in an administration or still be in a payroll of the federal government. I've been in the Senate for 14 years. I was in twice a governor. I've got 42 years of experience. I think I can help as much from the outside as I could from the inside. But I have said this, every red blood in America should want your president to do the best they can and succeed. And I'm urging everybody, the people you just showed me screaming, going crazy and all this, we're going to be just fine. Right. We are the United States of America. We have a transition in power. I thank Kamala Harris for basically her speech that she gave, acknowledging that she lost the election, that there will be an orderly transfer, that she will be there to certify Donald Trump as the President of the United States, 47th President. Gotcha. That's all helpful. We're back on course. Everyone was expecting things were going to go in chaos. Right. We didn't. And the majority of Americans spoke, Brian, and I'm happy for that. Right. And the people lay off of Joe Biden. Okay? Give him, he's retiring. He's going home. He's earned that. He deserves it.
Senator,
give him some break. Give him a break.
Good luck at your daughter's watching your daughter's soccer game. I will explain the sport to you. First, watch another game, and then I'll explain to you what you need to watch for.
Brian, I need help on soccer. I can tell you the side kick, the kick when it goes out, what's out of bounds, what's in bounds.
I'm going to work with you.
How come this person's on this side? I'm getting it, buddy. But I watched 79 minutes of 80 minutes. I saw really 1 minute and 3 seconds of exciting. I was jumping and screaming. I'm
going to talk to you about this. You're going to learn to appreciate the game.
I need help.
Senator Joe Manchin, I'll talk to you again soon, I hope. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.